morning everyone. So today I'm going to be taking out the iPhone 10 in 2024 to see how usable it is. So I'm going to be taking you guys through with me on my day-to-day activities to see if the iPhone 10 can keep up or not. Let's get into the video. So some other things to note about this iPhone 10. This iPhone 10 has been used. It is 6 years old at this stage. Battery health is at 72%, so I'm not expecting really good results with the battery life. But nevertheless, we're just going to give it a shot and see how it goes, and whether it could last the whole day and keep up with everything I do.
We play, don't need to make plans. It's all in your hands. I'm too busy. I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states. Don't know what awaits. It don't matter. I'm spending all my time.
Today is a pretty busy day. I have a couple classes for uni, tutorial and a lecture, so I'll be taking a train into town to get there. I go to Victoria, University of Wellington, which is about 30 minutes away from where I live. On the train, I usually listen to music and watch some YouTube videos. Otherwise, if I have some work to do, I'll pull out my laptop and get that done on the train. I didn't have time to download all my music before I left, so I'm streaming everything on mobile data on Spotify, which is running perfectly on the iPhone 10. The OLED panel at this age is pretty decent, with no burn-in at all. It's still vibrant and bright enough for everyday use, and watching videos on it is a pretty good experience. Face ID also works pretty well, and it's super quick to log in. Once I reach the train station, I have to take one bus straight to the university.
I'm spending all my time with you.
And at this point, I'm a little late to my tutorial, but that's alright as my tutor is pretty chill. W tutor.
I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you. I'm spending all my time. I'm spending all my time with you.
So, just finished my tutorial and I think it's time to get some lunch. This is where I'm gonna go. So, let's go. For a phone from 2017, the iPhone 10 holds up pretty well. Its design is pretty sleek and its ergonomics might actually be better than the iPhone 15 Pro with its curved nature. I accidentally forgot to switch the mic direction, so this audio is pretty unusable. But basically what I was saying is that I'm hungry and I have a lecture at 2 PM. So I'm going into town to grab some food. And that the iPhone 10 has been holding up pretty well. Performance is not amazing by any means, but using my day-to-day apps such as Instagram and YouTube has been pretty good so far. Not much lag or slowness here. The battery percentage is at the 86%, which is not bad since I haven't been using Wi-Fi at all, with 4G on while using Instagram and YouTube. 3D Touch was also one feature I had forgotten that had existed. It's actually pretty cool. It monitors how hard you press and gives you haptic feedback. An underrated feature that Apple killed on the next generation of iPhones. Lastly, I'm missing the promotion 120Hz refresh rate, but to be honest, no phone in 2017 had 120Hz refresh rate displays anyways, so I can't really complain. Going down is pretty easy as it's all downhill, but going up is the pain. After grabbing my food, the pain begins.
Okay, I finally made it back up the long hill. Okay, so it's 12:52 right now. Just finished up lunch and it's time to do some work before my lecture at 2 PM. So far, so good. We're at 74% battery health, which is pretty decent, and I think we're on track to finishing the day with some battery left. And watching on the iPhone 10 is pretty good experience. I mean, you still have that ugly notch, but if you're watching 16:9 content, you don't even have notch poking to your content, so that's been all goods, and so far I've been pretty impressed. It's not a bad phone for 60-year-old phone at this stage. Alright, let's get back into some work.
Now, I'm actually working on the same video you are watching right now, as I needed to start recording what I wanted to say. I also need to work on a few more video scripts for a few ideas that will be coming up soon, so make sure you subscribe to see those.
It's now 2:03 and it's time to get to my lecture, which is starting at 2:10.
For the everyday user who doesn't play a lot of games and mainly uses social media apps, the iPhone X might actually be a great choice for budget-conscious people. With 3GB of RAM, some apps don't load straight away, taking a few seconds to load, but so far the performance is enough to not feel laggy. During the lecture, I went on my phone a little bit. I didn't do too much, but strangely enough, I did notice a bit of lag and the phone was glitching a little bit. So I guess there's some performance dropouts over there. In terms of battery life, we're sitting at 62%. It is now 3:08. I guess it's okay. See what happens. Pretty much done what you need for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna go down to Gongcha, get some bubble tea, and finish up my scripting for my next video. So it happens that my friend Shane just texted me and she's at Gongcha right now. So if I get here fast enough, I might be able to say hi to her. Oh, I found Shane.
Yeah, I own this now. I own the store.
I think they were pretty busy today because I had to wait nearly 10 minutes for my drink. But that's okay, I just strolled through Insta for a bit while waiting. Now back to scripting my video. Okay, I have to get to work now at 5 PM when my shift starts, and I have to catch the train, so I gotta head there now. I also forgot to mention that I had a mobile hotspot running as I was scripting on my laptop, which would have had a hit to the battery percentage. But still just a little way under halfway, so not bad. I'm a little late for my train back to get to work, so I didn't film too much here. But basically I was running and I managed to get on 1 minute before departure. On the train I caught my breath and went back to scripting using Google Docs on my phone and watched a Mr. Who's the Boss video. I start working at 5, so it'll be interesting to see how the iPhone X does once I get home around 9:30 PM.
I never thought I'd feel like this. Ooh, I never thought I could. I never thought I'd be on my shit.
Hey, it is 4:54 now. I'll start my shift at work and it's 34% right now. Let's see if it can last all the way to 9 PM. Okay, so it is now 9:27. I'm back home from work. Let's just take a look at how the iPhone X has done over the day. So the first thing I'm going to check is the battery percentage. At 9:28, the battery percentage is at 15%. My screen on has been 1 hour and 36 minutes, and my screen off has been 2 hours and 49 minutes. So, what's the verdict? Is the iPhone X usable in 2024? Well, to be honest, the experience has been pretty good. I'm actually decently surprised at how well the iPhone X has managed to basically do everything that I wanted it to do. Even though it's a bit slow sometimes, a bit laggy, I couldn't really ask for more. No complaints over here. And I would say it's pretty usable for a phone launched in 2017. And if you're just a user who's looking for a phone for just social media, basic things like calling and texting, you're not looking for anything too powerful or too pricey, you're looking for something that's an iPhone but on a budget, I think the iPhone X might be a good choice for you. These phones can be found for real cheap at this stage. Being 6 years old, you just need to find one with a good enough battery health. And I think it might be the perfect phone for you. So that wraps up my review of the iPhone X in 2024. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe and I'll see you guys in the next one.